Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear friends, dear students, dear guests, and also the dear guests from YouTube channel. Inshallah, we will hold the seventh of Islamic Economics and Finance talks today. We have a very important guest today, Professor Dr. Raditya Sukmana from Universitas Airlangga. We will discuss about what is Metaverse and what is Waqf and how can we depend on Waqf in Metaverse. It's an interesting topic, I think, because as you know, for the financial technologies growing till from 1960s, we have lots of developments during the financial technologies. From the first hand, we are telling that, Professor, if you agree with me, destructive technologies. We are just afraid about these technologies if we are destructing our conventional ways, but we have lots of opportunities for especially for the Islamic economics and finance. We have lots of opportunities, I think, for these new financial technological issues. For example, for the blockchain issues, for the transactions, financial transactions, lots of things. Also in Metaverse, this is a new concept, but we have lots of opportunities, inshallah. And also today we will discuss about Metaverse in Waqf. Can we establish a Waqf in Metaverse? Professor, I'm not sure, did you establish a Waqf before? Inshallah, we will discuss it. And thank you very much for participating. Inshallah, it will be beneficial for all of us. And you will watch it from YouTube channel again, inshallah. And I would like to invite Professor Raditya Sukmana for his presentation to the floor. Please, Professor Raditya.
Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah alamin, la ilaha illallah wa la syarika lahu, wa Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu la nabiyya ba'da. First of all, let us be grateful to Allah Subhanahu wa taala for his mercy to us, and salawat and salam let us send to our beloved prophet. And thank you for Dr. Hussein for organizing this talk about the Metaverse and Waqf. And actually I'm just a learner in the Metaverse, and the story is like this. Last year I was in Qatar. I was joining a seminar conducted by Hamad bin Khalifa University, a good seminar, and Qatar was, very advanced in terms of Islamic finance. Their research is frontier, new things like Metaverse, things like blockchain are very much discussed in that campus. So when I was in that conference, and then I listened to one of the speakers, then there is one speaker, he stays in Doha, Qatar, and I was raising my hand to ask questions. And I asked questions during the Q&A session, and after that I was not satisfied, so I met him. I met him after the conference over. I met him and then we discussed, and I came to know that he's coming from the same university with my PhD program in IUM. So he's coming from IUM and I come from IUM also, so we very close each other. And somehow he asked me like this, okay, Raditya, I always conduct conference in here because he is now working as a consultant in the Doha. Then every year I conduct Doha Islamic Finance Forum. March next year, which means this year, I invite you, but please do I give you a homework. Please write on Waqf and Metaverse. Okay, I will fund you transportation costs, accommodation, and so on. Please write a paper and try to think how can Metaverse can help the Waqf. Okay, although at that time I do not know what Metaverse is, but I accept the challenge. And then after I met him, then I start to study what is Metaverse actually. But when I see, and when I read the literature review, actually so many papers on metaverse. There are many papers on metaverse, and very new, 2022, 2023. So many things has been discussed about this metaverse, especially, particularly when it comes to the medical issues, how to train the medical doctor. Yeah. For example, you have a medical doctor elsewhere. They want to upgrade their skill, but in that particular place, they don't have the infrastructure. The infrastructure is somewhere another part of the world. How can they get training? It's impossible, right? Because it's far away. And with Metaverse, that guy just use the Metaverse infrastructure instrument, and they can start to get the training. So that's how Metaverse is. So that's why I put here is that this is my my slides, but the earlier versions I did presented in the Doha, Qatar in this year, March. So this is the outline presentations, introduction, literature review, data methodology, discussion, and conclusions. And one of my sources for this one is actually not the paper, not the journal. It's a video, 2 hours video, Ready Player One. I don't know whether you have watched it or not. Ready Player One, okay. If you have watched the Ready Player One, that is exactly what Metaverse is. Yeah. So that story is actually giving us new ideas that we can live in a two world, this real world and our virtual world. Of course, in the virtual world, you want to have more or less the same situation as what you have now. You are a student and you like particular dress. Of course, in the virtual, you also want to have the same dress, right? But you have to pay, right? How can you pay the virtual, the dress that you buy in the virtual? So you need to buy. I mean, you use your Turkish lira and you find a website. How can we get a token that I can use to pay the clothes in the virtual, right? So Metaverse is actually using the currency that we use now. I mean, yes, of course, they will use the token or somehow they use the Bitcoin. But in order to get that currency in the virtual, you have to buy with our own currency. So that's why, now the next question is, what currency? Of course, currently it's only Bitcoin. But later on, who regulates? So this is still a lot of things that central bank has to be there, and then regulator has to be there. There are still many things to be discussed, especially in the governance issue, ethical issue. When I was in Doha, the ethical issue is very, very much discussed. The ethical issues, yeah, within the virtual, yeah. Of course, if here in the physical world, if someone avatar, have you come across a game, a tennis game, when you hold something and you like this, and you watch the monitor, and when you swing your hand, and you will see that in the monitor, you will swing the racket and hit the ball. So that is exactly what Metaverse is. Only that you have to you have to use what it is called Oculus. Oculus is the instrument that you have to bring, and in that side, as if when you wear the Oculus, then you are in the virtual, right? So, okay, let me continue. Here, Web 1, Web 2, Web 3. Web 1, I believe many of you, the young one, did not experience. I think we experience non-internet situation. We experience no handphone. Yeah? No handphone. You are lucky. You are now living with a handphone which use internet. When I was doing my master degree in US, 2001, that time 911 actually. 2001, I have no handphone because it's not normal to have handphone at that particular time, 2001. Yeah, and when I'm about to finish, yeah, my family came to US, and my sister, my parents all bring handphone. I was surprised. What is this? Handphone. But the handphone is just for calling, make a phone call. No internet, no SMS, maybe SMS, yes, but the monitor is just like this, right? What is this? So sophisticated. I was surprised at that time. But before that, of course, the telecommunication, maybe pager, you know pager, right? Pager. I'm sure you don't know what pager is for the young guy. So you're lucky. Now, this is the Web 1 static. It's in the sense that at those days, when you open the internet, as if you see the flyer, you see the brochure. If you see the brochure, and in Web 1, you cannot click anything. It's just next. What is the next page of the brochure? What is the next page of the brochure? You cannot click anything. That is Web 1. No interaction. Yeah. Web 2, participative. When it comes blue things, that means you can click. That means there is an interaction between you. You want to see what is inside. Click. And you can answer some question. Email, things like that. That's Web 2. Yeah. And currently, Web 3, more user experience. Web 3 means that you are within the internet. You are within the internet. So of course that's why you need to wear Oculus. Oculus is different with the, virtual reality is different with the augmented reality. If you are now wearing glasses, right? In the augmented reality, the glasses, the sunglasses is just like what you are wearing now. You can see me, and in that glasses, in the glass, you can see another, file, another things, but you can still see me. That is the augmented reality. But in the virtual reality, the Oculus, when you wear that Oculus, you cannot see me. If you wear that, then you cannot see me, right? So I'll show you later on. Yeah. So that's basically this one. Of course, what I need to remind you all is that we need to study all the new things we need to study. If not, then we're gonna left behind. Really, yeah. You need to study. We have to be part of it. Yeah, we have to be part of it. So let me just tell you a simple story. Yeah? This is real story. Do you know transportation online like Uber, right? In Indonesia, we have our local transportations. Gojek, I'm not sure. You know, right? Gojek. Just like Uber, the Gojek one. So 10 years or 15 years back, when there is no Gojek, when there is no transportation online, you will still see many private transportations. Private, there is a small car with a lot of passengers, with the drivers. Maybe from this part and this part, you may have to pay something like 10 lira, things like that. Yeah, it's a private. We have also the public transportations, which is very cheap. Yeah, but the disadvantage is that somehow from this part and to go to this part, it takes much time, because the driver will attempt to accommodate more people to get more money. So that's why they drive slowly. And when the introduction of the transportation online, yeah, so, this driver, the private driver, some of them might think that transportation online, that is not my competitors. I don't care. So what they care is that I can get more passenger, I get money, that's it. So they don't care about the new existence of the transportation online. Whereas we know this transportation online, the price, yes, a bit expensive, but it's faster. Yeah, it's faster. So that's why many of the passengers move from these transportations, the private transportation, move to online. If this move to online, then the driver cannot get new passenger. So this is why if you see now in Surabaya, very rare that you can see the transportation, the private transportations. Very rare, because the driver could not get passenger. The passenger all goes for online. Why? Why? Because the driver, they don't want to move. I mean, they don't agile. We have to agile. We need to adapt all the things which is new. If they don't care, now they have no job, because they don't care about the new technology. So that's the easy example. If we do not adapt with the new technology, then you will be jobless, for sure. So that's why when it comes to things like this, metaverse, blockchain, at least you study. At least you study, and then you try to see whether you can do something about it. Yeah, whether you can sell product in the metaverse, or at least buy in the metaverse. At least you know the experience. And then you will decide whether you want to be a seller or you want to be a buyer and things like that. But you have to study. Yeah, you have to study. Oh, okay, sorry. So of course, after COVID, people are getting used to activity that they carry out without having to meet face. Yeah, I think we experience. Somehow doing online is nice. Yeah, somehow we off camera, lectures, stay in the bed, lecture in the bed, right? But if you ask me whether I like or not online, I don't like. Really, because I need something like this. I see you, and we have a good engagement. You ask the questions. Because, if you don't see the people, you don't know whether is he sleeping or is he concentrating or what. So it's difficult. That's why although of course, if it is online, then as a lecturer, you need more energy rather than online, right? But the satisfaction is there in the offline for me. Yeah, so that's why I like offline. Okay, virtual reality and augmented reality and 5G. This is things which we need to study. What is the difference? Yeah, how can we use? And then various of types can be experienced by metaverse users. Actually, metaverse has been introduced by Mark Zuckerberg. If you open your Facebook, then somehow you see the word meta, right? Or if you open your WhatsApp, somehow you see meta. So what does it mean? It means that Facebook now or WhatsApp is owned by Mark Zuckerberg, and Mark Zuckerberg want to introduce what metaverse is. Yeah, it's a new landscape. Yeah, it's a new landscape. And we try to think, how can the existence of metaverse can support the Waqf? Yeah. US. Can you imagine? For example, this is company in US, and this is company in Europe. When they want to do a transaction buy and sell, yeah, they will send, let's say, US dollar to Europe. If you go by bank, it takes many days, and it costs a lot, yeah, and you will have the exchange rate risk, things like that, yeah. But if both agree to use a Bitcoin, yeah, you transfer the dollar into Bitcoin after transfer to Europe and then convert it into Euro, yeah. The transfer fee is only 2.5 US cents. I don't know how many you can convert by yourself. It's very cheap, and it costs you like maybe 10 minutes, because once the miners verify, then directly the money transfer to the new partners. Yeah? Bitcoin cannot be intervened by anybody, including government. In Indonesia right now, Bitcoin, yes, but we don't treat as a currency because our currency is still rupiah. Yeah, I think there is a country which accept. Yeah, I think Salvador. Yeah, but they have a problem now because it's difficult to control. You know, if we have a currency which is controlled by government, it's easy. You have inflation, then you have to do this, you have to do this, right? But if you accept the Bitcoin, if you have a problem, then how can government control? It's very difficult. Appendix speech is only 10 minutes. Okay. So these are the party that is needed in the metaverse. Information technology expert, visual communication design, yeah, regional and urban planning. Of course, metaverse has a relationship with the IDGA, of course. Visual communication design. Try to imagine that you want to, we talk about the educations. We talk about, let's say, you want to tell the student about the Ottoman period, Waqf in the Ottoman period, right? And you want to give something new to the students by look at the video or by go for the metaverse, right? Of course, the student will see the situations in those days, right? Not in the current days. Of course, they will see the clothes, not like the clothes that we were now, right? The clothes those days in 1,200, 1,400, things like that. So that's why the people who understand the visual communication is very important. Yeah, regional and urban planning. How was the geographical area during the Ottoman? The historian is very important. Yeah, Islamic history expert, the management, the interior design. This is a new field. This is a new field that you can focus and you can work for the metaverse. Metaverse can be used for office, social life, healthcare, and education. Okay, this is example. This is I got from the video from Mark Zuckerberg. Part of the video I cut and I put it here. Yeah. Office. The use of the metaverse in the world of work can be related to a Nazir who works in the office every day and does not need to be constantly at the location in the person to carry out the duties. So, for example, this guy, he has glasses here, and this is the augmented reality. Yeah. So, for example, this guy is a Nazir. Yeah. He has a Waqf, and the Waqf, let's say, tell the Nazir, I have money, I have a land, and I want to build Waqf for health. That means hospital. So this Waqf appoint him as a Nazir. Yeah. And this one, he cannot do alone. He appoint contractors who design the building. Yeah. He appoints someone to design a building. And he wants to see the updated progress on the building, how the building look like. Let's see. It should be
sense of presence, shared physical space. There's chance interactions that make your day, all accessible from anywhere. You could be at the office without the commute. You would still have that sense of presence, shared physical space. You could be at the office without the commute. You would still have that sense of presence, shared physical space.
okay. This is avatar. Yeah, this is avatar. Our representative in this one. Of course, to become like this, you have to pay. The clothes, the model of the hair, things like that. You have to pay. I mean, this guy, this woman, maybe actually in the real world is like this, yeah. But when she wants to be in the virtual, then she has to buy things like this: the clothes, the types of hair. Okay, see, this guy.
There's chance interactions that
Okay, this guy, when he used the glasses, he can see the avatar. He can still see the room inside there. So that's why it is augmented reality. Yeah. Okay. Now, the office, a Waqf who wants to give Waqf in the form of building, let's say a hospital, Waqf certainly want to see how the picture or sketch of the building will be realized before executions. So imagine that there's a Waqf and Nazir, and Waqf mentioned that, okay, I've been sending you money 1 year ago. I want to see the sketch, the blueprint of the hospital, how it is look like.
And on top of all that,
See, this
you
one.
can keep wearing your favorite sweatpants.
Good. Let's get together real quick for a debrief.
Okay. Yeah. So here also, here all it's like a office, yeah, in the virtual, but all the people there, yeah, the same place in the virtual, but in the actual world, they might be somewhere in a different part of the world. Yeah, they can go and they can see the project and directly communicate each other.
Wait, where's Mark?
I think he's in the middle of something.
They are looking for the building and to discuss. Okay, for education, and this is important, Metaverse can take its users to unlimited places and time. Yeah, users of the virtual glasses can go back in time to see Waqf project, for example, during Ottoman Empire. Yeah, for example, like this.
Imagine learning how the forum was built by actually seeing the forum get built right in front of you.
Okay. So imagine that you can design things like that so that all the students can really grasp how was the Waqf during the Al-Fatih by giving this one. And the student is not only words, the student will be there. Of course, using the Oculus. Will be there and, oh, this is the building. Oh, this is the building. Get more experience. Maybe you ask, who will design things like that? Of course, as I mentioned, IT guy, visual communications, the historian. They need to sit together and then discuss what will be the metaverse during the Ottoman period.
Imagine learning how the forum was built by actually seeing the forum get built right in front of you.
Social life.
James Halliday's song.
Oh, okay, this one. Oh, sorry. someone who is unfamiliar with Waqf can see virtually how Waqf is developing not only in Indonesia but also in other countries. User use the virtual glasses will easily find Waqif, Nazir, Waqf. Okay, let's see.
James Halliday.
See this one. This is called Oculus. If you use this one, let's say Dr. Hussein used this one, Dr. Hussein cannot see me when he used this one. But augmented reality is just like the glasses that you are wearing right now, right? So this video is coming from the Ready Player One. Yeah. So this person used the virtual reality because he wants to do something in the virtual. Yeah, he wants to do something in the virtual.
It's all the future. And then he built it.
This is still reality. Yeah, but when they use these ones, it will become like this. This is virtual reality. See, you can like flying this one, virtual. You can like flying here
Is the Oasis.
virtually.
It's a place with the limits of
And
reality.
it is, you will get more feeling. Yeah. Okay. And then this is the important one. Yeah, the healthcare. Of course, see, look at the infrastructure inside this one. Of course, the infrastructure, who will understand those infrastructure? Of course, the medical doctor. Yeah, the medical doctor is the one who understands this one. So, of course, medical doctor have to be there with the IT guy, with the visual communications, with all the relevant expert has to be sit down together in the same table, how to design this one. Because this training program, yeah, they will use exactly the same as if they are in the reality. Maybe this is surgery, the same knife, yeah, the same length of the knife, the temperature, the lights, things exactly the same, only that this is virtual. And this is important because it's very cheap in the sense that if this is done properly, yeah, exactly like the one we have in reality, then the training program, the applicants will be much more to apply for this one, and they have to pay. Yeah, they have to pay, and if I made this one, I treat this, I have a lot of money. I ask the medical doctor, I ask the IT guy, I ask to create this one, and if it is done, then I treat it as a Waqf, productive Waqf. Then all the applicants, the nurse, the doctors, when they go for this one to do something, yeah, they have to pay. Yeah, and the payment, the profit will not go for me, but it's for social purposes. Yeah, so this is important.
For a med student or a doctor, with apps like OSO VR, you can learn new techniques in surgery firsthand, practicing until you get it right.
Yeah.
Or if you're
Okay.
for a med student or a
Now, this one. If you look at the Roblox, please donate. See, I was surprised. Oh, in the Metaverse, someone is asking for donation. Please donate. What will they do with the donations? I'm still learning about this. What will they do? Of course, that might be a really money. I mean, okay, this is $5. Then I will change my rupiah, and then I will see what is the token here. Is it Bitcoin or is it another type of currency? And I look for how to make a donations. Then I change my rupiah to get token, and then I donate to this one. Right? So there's possible. For example, yeah, this, let's say this is NGO. Yeah, they accept donations. When they receive the money, they can subsidize, the nurse which have no money to go for that training. You understand what I'm saying? You know, the training that I just show you just now, the medical training, the nurse, the medical doctor have to pay, right? What if the medical doctor doesn't have money? They cannot go for training, right? And this donation can subsidize him, can help those poor medical doctor. Maybe this medical doctor is located somewhere in the underdeveloped countries, yeah, but they want to have license. They need to go for the training, but they don't have money. But from these donations, when they receive the donations, these donations can support all the medical doctors who doesn't have money to go for training. That can be done. Yeah. So conclusion, Waqf is the one of the Islamic social finance instrument that has a major impact on people's life. Metaverse technology is a matter of time. Yeah, we need to study many things that. Yeah. Okay, I think this is my last slide. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Anyone wants to share? It's not always a question, but maybe you have experience in studying Metaverse, and you know, okay, I did this and I found this is very interesting. Please do share with us. I'm also want to learn from you. You may ask in Turkish language so that I can, Dr. Hussein will be the translator. I hope you understand, right? Do you understand what I'm saying during this presentation, right? Okay, you understand, right?
Türkçe soru sormak isteyen varsa Türkçe de alabiliriz ya da yorum yapmak isteyen. Çünkü ilginç bir konu. Yani hocamızın anlattığı konular gerçekten enteresan. Bugüne kadar hep blockchain üzerine yapılan çalışmaları hep beraber gördük. Hatta bizim zaten dersimizde de bunlardan birçoğundan bahsediyoruz. Bunu bir blockchain'de bir Metaverse alemine taşıyıp orada bir vakıf kurulabilir mi? Bu vakfı gerçekleştirebilir miyiz? Güzel bir çalışma. Ben burada şunu dikkat çekeceğim. Hem canlı yayın için de bunu söylemiş olacağım. Yani hocanın başladığı noktayı umarım anlamışsınız. Yani Doha'daki bir toplantıda aslında bir konu üzerinden tartışırken çıkan. İşte ilmi araştırmalar genelde hep böyle doğacak. O yüzden sizler için de bunlar güzel fırsatlar. Buradan nereye gidebileceğimiz konusunu hep beraber görebiliriz. Thank you very much, Professor. It was really nice. Because we were discussing about blockchain issues. I was personal training about researching about this blockchain for 2 years. I was making some metaverse projects and I'm giving some trainings dealing this. And also in our department we have 2 separate courses. One of them is blockchain applications and the other one is financial technologies. I'm trying to give financial technologies this year, this batch. And it's really important when we are making together Waqf and Metaverse. It's a, I think, new issue, but a very horizon bringing issue. It's really interesting. So I think after this program, we will discuss in our courses in Turkish one, because I think our students are a little bit shy to say something. Am I right?
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy, yeah. But after we will discuss it more and we'll take some papers and some projects together, I think. Inshallah, we'll make the collaborative issues.
Inshallah.
Because it's really new. From the beginning, I thought it's a destructive technology, maybe we can say it, and also bringing lots of opportunities together. When we are looking from the perspective of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they have started a Medina Bazaar from the first hand, and they brings all the rules from Islamic way. So this metaverse, there's a discussion, whose metaverse, which metaverse, who will establish this metaverse. For example, a professor gives an example regarding Mark Zuckerberg. They're making a meta and metaverse. Also every code
Yeah.
can bring their own metaverses. The important thing, which metaverse will be more awareness and sustainable.
Yeah.
If you are making sustainable projects together, and if you are thinking about making a good project dealing with Islamic financial issues, Islamic economics and finance, I think it will be a new opportunity for all of us, inshallah. Thank you, Professor, for this
Thank you.
very, very important program, and thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for students. Last time I'm asking, if you anybody wants to say something, you want to say
yeah,
something
yeah.
to
Sure,
Anna?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I believe. Okay, let me.
Okay, please.
Yeah, I believe I have asked actually during one of the seminar in Indonesia, and the guy is coming from the regulators, central banks, and I was asking, because the things which I mentioned, you need to buy and sell. Of course, it's using currency, and who regulate in the virtual, right? The central bank should be there, yeah, to regulate, to make regulations. When I asked that questions to the central bankers, then they say they're still learning. And they still think, I mean, on the metaverse. Well, I think now the questions would be, if our country do not actively, involve, then the China coming in,
The
those
others
coming
come,
in,
yes.
right? So we need to actively, involve in all the discussions and be the first one, so that we can manage all the things, right? So the government has to be there, yeah.
Yes, you are truly right. Why I am giving the example of Medina Bazaar? Because they have established the bazaar at the rules from the first hand. If you are making this one for ourselves and we will involve in these issues, we can use our own rules. For example, maybe our friends I remember our first talk, Islamic finance talk, was about CBDCs, financial issues,
Central bank digital
central bank
currencies.
digital currencies,
Right.
because there are many developments with the
Right.
financial technologies. CBDCs are coming, and blockchain and the blockchain 1.0, blockchain 2.0, Ethereum, Cosmos,
Yeah.
and the other issues are coming. Lots of new developments. So the governments are, I think, they are still dealing with this issue. They have
Right.
lots of experts and working on these issues, especially Indonesia, in Turkey, and the other countries. But who will be the first one?
That's the important one.
As in the movie Ready Player One, they have to want to find the egg.
No, I mean, we as a student, yeah, me and Dr. Hussein as a lecturer, what we can do is to let the people know
Yes,
that this is
the
this
awareness.
is new things. We should do this, so that people then aware. Oh, this is new. What we can do is that you may write in the newspaper, yeah, you may write it in your blog, you may write it in your update your Facebook. That's very simple things that you can do. Yeah, for me, I write a lot in my national newspaper in Indonesia. I write mostly on Waqf, and I try to remind all the people that this has to be the things which is important for us to consider. So I write a lot on the newspaper. So that's the thing we can do. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Joanna.
Any other? Don't be shy.
I think it's okay. After the program,
Oh, yeah.
Our friends will make a small discussion with Professor Raditya. If you like to enter, we can make it in our here.